Shopify dropshipping, and how much money do you need to start dropshipping in 2024? That is the question that we're going to be answering in today's video. And to make it as simple as possible and not waste any of your time, I'm going to break this down month by month for the first 6 months that you will be in business, giving you realistic startup costs for your dropshipping store for everything you need. This is the essentials, and this is more than enough to be well on your way to building a highly profitable, semi-automated dropshipping store. The reason we are covering this today is because I just posted a poll on our Instagram page asking what is the average cost per month to run a dropshipping store, to see what the audience out there thought. And the vast majority of people said $100 to $200 plus per month, which I believe is definitely an inflated number if you want to start dropshipping on a budget, which is exactly what I did over 10 years ago now when I first got started, and which is exactly what you could do today if you're looking to get started without putting out a huge bankroll and investing your life savings. Not necessary, and if anybody asks you for your life savings to start a store, you should probably run. Month one, what is an obvious required expense? That is Shopify, our e-commerce platform of choice. I don't know if you know this, but Shopify has the best deal they have ever had since I've been using them, where you can actually get 3 months of access to the platform for just $1 a month. You also get a 3 free day trial before that. If you're interested, I'll post a link in the description of this video. If you click it, you're gonna see a page with my face on it, get more information. But if you wanna sign up, you don't even need to enter a credit card number. Again, you can get 3 months for $1 a month and have full access to the best e-commerce platform out there. What is the second cost that you will experience your first month of dropshipping? That would be your domain name. By default, when you create a Shopify account, which is where you're gonna list your products, it'll have some random numbers and letters, .myshopify.com. You're not gonna go live with that. You need an actual domain name, .com, whatever you decide to call it. My advice is to buy that domain through Shopify because it makes it very simple to link it to your store, and their cost is $15 per year. Super affordable. Again, it's a yearly expense. Next thing that you'll need your first month is an LLC registration. Now I say LLC, this can be whatever type of business you form. Although it's not necessary, you can start as a sole proprietor. My advice is if you're serious about this, which is really the only way it'll work for you and the only way you should even proceed, my advice would be to form a business entity sooner rather than later. I looked it up online, and the average price to do so in the US, every state is different, but the average price is about 120 bucks. So for you, depending on what state you're in, might be less, might be more. But my advice again is to set that up from the beginning because it's gonna make taxes a lot easier, and it will save you a ton of money in the long run. Next expense, month one. Canva. This one I put here, even though your grand total is $0. And that's because people get kind of caught up when it comes to web design, right? How am I gonna build a store? How am I gonna have a logo? What is my homepage gonna look like? What images can I use for my collections? Canva has amazing resources built in, even on the free plan. Although the paid plan is more than worth the money. If you're trying to dropship on a budget and you want to know what you need to spend when it comes to web designs for creating your assets, you could spend $0. Simply use canva.com on the free plan. Google Workspace. There's other things out there. You don't need to use Google Workspace. That is what I prefer for our email management. So let's just say when it came to your domain name, you were selling stand-up desks and you bought the domain standupdeskmax.com. Well, you're gonna wanna have an email like sales@standupdeskmax.com to be professional, right? You're gonna wanna use that for your emails to customers, to suppliers, to everybody else. With Google Workspace, they charge $6 a month. So that will be an expense that I would encourage you to sign up for your first month so you can start reaching out to suppliers to get approved to sell their products as soon as possible. Ads your first month are gonna be $0 because you're not gonna have things to sell yet. Grand total for month one, give or take $140. Month two, again, remember Shopify is giving us those 3 months for only $1 a month, so another $1 right there. Link will be in the description if you want that special offer. Workspace, remember that is a repeating expense. It is monthly. Now, as far as ads go for month two, this might sound crazy because your store will be live, ready to make sales, but I would also encourage you to spend $0 on ads. Why is that? Why are we not gonna spend money to get people to our store? Well, it's because if you know where to look, you can always find ad vouchers for different ad platforms. For example, Google Ads will give you free money if you create a new account for a new business to advertise with them. Same with Microsoft Ads, and occasionally Meta Ads will do the same. You're gonna be putting free money into it. Ad vouchers that these platforms give us to incentivize us to actually list products there and eventually spend our own money in the future. So by month two, your grand expenses should be about $7 a month. And with that $7 a month, you're gonna be getting free traffic, and that should be enough to start bringing you sales, to start getting data in your ad accounts, to start seeing what what gets impressions and what gets clicks and what gets sales, you can make the decisions of where you want to reinvest money into the future into ads. Month 3, coming down here, when it comes to ads, I'm also going to say it's questionable. It might be 0 again, depending on how much money you have left from those ad vouchers. At a bare minimum, $7. If you're reinvesting money now into ads, maybe another $100. By month 2, you should already be getting sales. So you should have profits that can be reinvested into the ads. Now, month 4, this is when Shopify's actual price starts being charged. This is $39 a month for the basic plan. This is the plan that I use and that I would recommend you use. It gives you everything you need. And again, it's $39 a month. If you prepay annually, it comes out to $29 a month. So you can get that as well. Google Workspace, you already know, it is $6. For ads, again, I'm gonna put a question mark here. It's because for our stores, for our businesses, we don't just say we're launching a new store and we're gonna spend $3,000 a month on ads. That is not what you want to do. Instead, what you do is put money into your ads, and then out of that, you're gonna get data, right? And the data is going to show you, again, which products are getting impressions, meaning which ones are being shown to people on these ad platforms. You're gonna see which are getting clicks, you're gonna see which are getting sales, and with this data, which is the most important thing in these early months, you are then optimizing your ads to put more money into the ones that are making you money. Our typical buying time is 2 to 3 days, meaning after somebody clicks one of our links from an ad platform, they're not coming back a month later to buy. They don't need that much time to make a decision because of the types of targeted ads we run. So you're not throwing out money and again, hoping in a few months your store gets profitable. It should be profitable a few days after you put the money in. If not, make decisions on that data to get it profitable. Moving on now to month 5, of course, we have Workspace yet again for your $6. For ads, again, I'm putting this as a question mark because the truth is you might spend, and this might sound crazy, $20,000 on ads in month 5. It would be because in month 2, 3, and 4, you learned that for every dollar you put into ads for product XYZ, it brought in $50 in revenue. So of course, as these profits come in, you're going to want to spend more and more and more to keep making more and more money. If you're still in this phase and kind of learning what your winning products are, and maybe the profitability isn't exactly where you want it yet, your ad spend is going to be much lower as you find those winners and as you optimize your product pages and your ad accounts to get that return on ad spend where you want it. Now, going into month 6 in this example, I'm sure you can guess it already. We have $39 for our Shopify plan. We have $6 for our Workspace account. And again, we have a grand total of fixed expenses of $45, meaning that is what is definitely coming out of our account that we're paying to run this business. But everything on top of that is not necessary. And everything on top of that should be a variable expense. And then other things we should discuss are suppliers and products, right? If we're dropshipping, what are we paying to get access to these suppliers? What are we paying for supplier research and supplier directories? The answer is $0. You should never pay for access to a supplier. You should never pay for a list of amazing products or anything like that, because the type of suppliers we want to work with are going to allow us to sell their products. They're going to let us become authorized retailers to sell for their brands because they're going to believe that we're going to provide value to their companies by bringing them more sales. And the way we're going to do that is through our marketing efforts, through our customer service, through our web design and how we optimize our store. So $0 when it comes to products and suppliers. Now, does that mean the products actually cost you $0 when you have orders to fulfill? Not at all. But let's just say, hypothetically, you got an order on your store for a stand-up desk and you sold it for $1,000. Well, that $1,000 will go to your bank account typically within 48 hours if you're using Shopify payments. And let's just say your wholesale cost to your supplier is $500. They charge you that only after you sell the product, once you place the order with them. That is why the cost is $0, because it is not a fixed expense. It appears after the sale is made. Next expense I just want to mention, because this was different last year, when it comes to email marketing, meaning to send emails to people that maybe abandon their checkout process on your store or opt out through an exit intent overlay as they're going to leave. We used to use Klaviyo, which can get very pricey. Shopify, now their email service, it's called Shopify Email. They allow you to send 10,000 emails every month for $0, which is more than enough for your first 6 months and probably even further into the future. So just wanted to put it there in case you're thinking, well, I need to sign up with Klaviyo or MailChimp or whoever. No, you don't. Not in 2024. And finally, live chat, same thing. In the past, we used different tools to have live chat with our customers. Well, Shopify has gotten much better with this in the past year with their own built-in service that, again, costs you $0. If somebody goes to your store and starts a live chat, it'll come through on your phone. So you could be at work, at the gym, on the golf course, see a message, respond to your customer there, again, for the grand total of $0. Actual expenses, guys, again, it's much lower than a lot of people think, but that's because this is what you need to start, right? This is the bare minimum. You need a Shopify account, at least if you want to do this the right way. You need a domain name, something that is .com, not sending people to .myshopify.com. In my opinion, you should start an actual business entity when you first get going. You need Canva for $0. You need a professional email address, again, at your website. And then for ads, you need them too, but you can start for $0, and you can even leverage free sources of traffic like search engine optimization to get free rankings in Google, which we cover in depth in Module 6 of Ship Blueprint. And of course, you can also get free product listings to send you traffic to your store for $1 every month. So I think much more affordable than most people think. If you had that question yourself, hopefully this answered it. If it did, let me know by leaving a thumbs up, leaving a comment below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to get a brand new video next Monday.